Is altruism selfish? What I often do is look at things from different perspective, different than most people, and it gives me ideas how things might actually be, or just a different view on some things. So altruism basically means selflessness, or the opposite of being selfish, the opposite of selfishness. But what I think, like, everyone is selfish, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I actually think it's a good thing to be selfish, because being selfish means you take care of yourself before taking care of others. And I think if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of others? I mean, you can short term, but long term you want to be on your highest possible level, and you want to be the best version of yourself so you can help more people or help other people better. So let's say there is this thing, and it makes you feel good. And if you are selfish, you do things that make you feel good, and you don't care about other people's good, you can say. I don't know how to name this, so yeah, this is other people's good and this is your good. Basically, if you are feeling good and this is other people feeling good. So what everyone should do is do this, and this is being selfish. It's like working out, because it makes you feel good and doesn't make anything with other people. Yes, you can inspire people by you being good, but that doesn't make it selfless, right? Because you are doing solely it for yourself. But when you do something for other people, it's actually more rewarding, maybe, than if you do something for yourself. And you probably know this. If you do something that is like really nice for someone else, it makes you feel even better than if you do something just for yourself. I don't know why it is that way, but or you can also make more people feel good, so more people will make you feel good because you made them feel good. So this is actually more selfish. You could say this is more selfish than just doing something for yourself, because helping other people makes you feel so much better or so good. And I guess you want to do both of those. I mean, what's the point of life? You just want to have fun and you want to feel good, so you should do both. But I don't see this being called selfless when it's actually making you feel good. You are getting something in return, so how is it selfless? And you can argue like the extreme cases when you do something that really hurts you, or you sacrifice something, really just sacrifice something from yourself. Like, let's say you give someone your lung, and people say, yeah, you gave someone you might not even know, and you gave them your lung, and you have only 2 lungs. So that's like super selfless, right? Well, actually, you give the person so much value. It's like gigantic value you give this person, because you give them something you can't really get anywhere else. So you give them so much value, and you get like 10 times more back. That's the feeling I mean, yeah, you sacrifice your lung. You do this once in a lifetime. But every time you remember that, you just can't feel bad. So it's free feeling good for you for the rest of your life. When I say stuff like this to most people, they just can't handle it and they think I'm an idiot, like I'm super rude and yeah, I'm a bad person. But it's just my opinion, so I don't really believe in this stuff, in this altruism stuff. And let me tell you an example. Because I do sometimes stuff that people think I'm like super nice and selfless and I care about them. But let me tell you one example. I saw this woman on red light and her car just didn't start. And she looked helpless and other people were just honking at her and she didn't know what to do. So I pulled over and pushed her car to the side. And I spent like 20 minutes. I love cars, so I know quite a lot about them and how to fix and stuff. So yeah, we tried to diagnose the problem and it was probably the fuel pump. So I told her that it shouldn't be something bad and like how she can solve this. And she was so thankful because she thought I really cared about her. I didn't know her, right? So her friend actually went by and saw this. So I didn't have to pull her car. So I said, okay, now I'm done here. And she wanted to give me money because I helped her. So I refused because I did it for myself because I felt so good just helping her. I didn't want anything from her. So she said, okay, you don't want money, maybe we can go for lunchtime time. And again, I wasn't really interested. I didn't want to be rude and refuse, but I didn't feel like I deserve something for that because I did it just for myself and not for her. I felt like she has no obligation to give me anything back because I just felt good by helping her, so I didn't want anything in return because it just would be extra. So I refused again and she was like, well, what do you want? How can I help you back? And I said, and this was really nice because if you tell people something they never really heard in their life or they don't expect, you just stun them. And so I said, well, if you see someone that needs help, you help them and that's how you repay me. And she just didn't know what to say, just stared at me for like 5 seconds and was totally shocked. So this is why I think being selfish is a good thing, because when you help other people, they give you back so much value and they actually begin to like you, even though you are still being selfish because you just do it for yourself. So I would like to know what you think about this, because I never really met anyone who thinks the same way as I do on this topic. So yeah, that's it.